Red flag.
Continue on east-west connector for half a mile.
I'm hoping that this all y'all can hear my GPS. But yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell y'all the funniest thing today.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Cooper Lake Road Southeast.
I just dropped my vitamins. Dang it. I'm gonna tell y'all something so funny. A lot of times, well, let me not give away everything. So, long story short, this morning, during my sessions, with God, I was laughing. I was talking to him about like I'm like lately like I'm like, Lord, can you take me out of heat? Y'all, this is the stuff that I talk to my
turn
father
left onto
about.
Cooper
Okay,
Lake Road
this
Southeast.
is the stuff I talk to my father about. I told you guys, you really can talk to God about anything. Like that's my best friend. He's my everything, y'all. And I was like, Lord, can you take me out of heat? Like, you know, like I feel like as of recently, there has been like a desire for intimacy. I'm like, geez, Louise, God, like more than normal. Okay, y'all. I'm just like, I ain't watched nothing. You know, I've been guarding my heart. You know, I've been being careful. What I've been exposed to, that kind of thing.
Continue on Cooper Lake Road Southeast for 1.5 miles.
Put their anxieties on you. You should have got up on time. You should have got up on time so you wouldn't have to be rushing. And now you hooking at me because you want me to rush. I don't let people put their demons on me. You anxious because you didn't get up on time. That's on you. That ain't on me. Why are you anxious? Be anxious for nothing. You need to pray. You don't need to be anxious. All right. But I said, Lord, can you take me out of heat, man? Like, I'm... And remember how I told y'all how I've been, like, working on things that God has for me, right? That He's putting my hands to work on. And I was like... And he started sending people to remind me about the baby. Because God gave me a time frame of when I would have another child. And... it's a lot sooner than what I like I said before, it's a lot sooner than I would have liked. But nonetheless, it's not my will, it's his will, right? And y'all, I said, Lord, can you take me out of heat? You know, like, can we? He's like, I did that. I was like, so you setting me up, whoever was married, I said, you and my spouse basically setting me up to have this baby, right? Cause I'm just like, by heat, if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean, come on, we grown. I mean, horniness, right? And I'm like, Lord, can we turn this off? Can we take it down a notch a little bit? Cause, you know, and I couldn't help but laugh, y'all, because I was just like, God was like, I did it, because you needed to be reminded that, you know how you get a feeling, you know how you be going through, so you be like, man, you know what, Lord, I need a husband. Especially when you're really trying to live. I ain't trying to fornicate, right? So it's just like, I'm like, Lord, you know, I think I might just, you might be right, Lord, I might need another baby. I might just need a husband. You know what I'm saying? I might. So sometimes God Himself, a lot of times He be really like, this the devil. This is, I rebuke you. No, sometimes
in a quarter mile,
God,
turn left onto Cooper Lake Drive Southeast.
Sometimes it be God to allow it. And let me tell you something. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to desire intimacy. It's not wrong to desire marriage, to desire sex. These things were created by God. They're beautiful things. They're good things. God knew what He was doing because He knew what He created. He knows that those things are good. They're not bad things. It's like I said, it's just a context for where everything is supposed to be at.
Turn left onto Cooper Lake Drive Southeast.
All right, no, but I'm like, you know what, Lord, you know what, Lord, I do need a husband. You know, because sometimes when you go through so much warfare, especially in relationships, if you're anything like me and you've been through a lot of warfare in relationships, I mean, so much warfare to where I didn't even want to date men anymore, and I found myself frustrated in my love life, and
In a
I
quarter
just
mile,
stopped.
turn
You
right
know,
onto
I
Ridge Road
just
Southeast.
stopped. I had to go through a season where God had to heal me, because it's not that I stopped believing in love. It's more so like I didn't want it anymore. Cause I'm just like, Lord, I've been through so much warfare in relationships, and I don't know if there's a person out there that can that is ready to do the work. And if I can't,
At the
and if
light, turn right onto Ridge
thing is,
Road
I looked
Southeast.
at like people. That's something I've noticed in ministry and people that have done done civil rights. Like a lot of these women
Continue
went
on
through a
Ridge
lot
Road
of
Southeast for
warfare in
1.5
their
miles.
marriages, and I was like, God, I don't want that. I don't mind going through the occasional. I literally, there's times where I was so frustrated. I was like, Lord, just give me the gift of singleness. Like, just take away my desire for marriage. Like, I'm okay with my one son and being one and done, and I'm okay with that. Just take away my desire to be married, take away my desire for sex. Like I said, just take it all away, and I'll just be like Paul. I'll be like Paul, except with a baby. And God did not do that. He did not do that. And usually, y'all, when I pray, God, majority of the time, He will answer whatever prayer I ask, because He's such a good Father. But that prayer He didn't give to me. He didn't give me that. And so lately, like I said, God actually sent people to minister to me about another child, about marriage, about different things that God wants to do, right? And I'm just like, okay, God, like I'm open to it. Like I'm not one type of people like, oh, love that I'll never find love. No, I'm like, all right, Lord, I believe you. I believe that. But I've seen in ministries, not all ministries, because I have pastors who've been married for years, and they've been through a lot together. They've been through a lot. My grandparents were married for years, and they've been through a lot, right? Like I said before, if you know anything, that things that I grew up around, I was raised with my grandma for a period of time, and then we wound up leaving her house, and I was exposed to other things.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Atlanta Road Southeast.
I remember just looking at some of my favorite women that have inspired me. People that's in civil rights, people that's in ministry. Some of their marriages, not no shade. Like I'm dead serious. But I'm just like, Lord, how can I? It says in the Word
of God. At the light, turn right onto Atlanta Road Southeast.
That a wise man doesn't just learn from experiences. A wise man learns from other people's experiences, meaning that you don't have to go through the warfare you don't have to go through the warfare in order to you don't have to go through the warfare in order to get the lesson, in order to get the wisdom. You learn
in a quarter mile. Use the left lane to turn left onto Paces Ferry Road Southeast.
Especially when you're called certain things, you're going to go through a lot of warfare. And I was telling God like how I did not want it. I was like, Lord, I seen what's happening here, how they go sour, how it becomes abuse.
At the light, use the left lane to turn left onto Paces Ferry Road Southeast.
In relationships, I'd rather not do that. I've seen enough abuse in my own personal life, and it's no pity party to me.
Continue on Paces Ferry Road Southeast for half a mile.
I'm healing, and God has healed a lot of areas that I could have very well been traumatized in. But by His grace, He really protected me from a lot of stuff, a lot of the weight of the things I've been through, because He's such a good Father. But I told the Lord, I said, I don't want to go through these things. And so this morning he was like, I made you, I allowed you to feel this way. I allowed you to start desiring marriage, to desire intimacy, sex.
In 1,000 feet,
Yes,
turn left
and he
onto
told
Spring
me
Hill
I
Parkway
did it.
Southeast.
I did it. I allowed you to feel like that. Cause I'm just like, Lord, there ain't really much I've been, you know.
At the light, turn
And I was
left onto
like,
Spring Hill Parkway
sometimes God will
Southeast,
do
then turn
that
right.
to remind you. Sometimes God will do that to remind you. Sometimes God will do that to remind you. Yeah, like I still want this
At
for
the light,
you, so that
turn
you don't
left
get
onto
so
Skyline Trail
caught
Southeast,
up
then turn right.
in what you're doing that you forget. Hold on, I can turn this on. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna put this all right. So that you don't get so caught up, so that you won't get so caught up in what you're doing that you forget that this is that there are other promises that God has given to you. So if you haven't been experiencing it, I'm not talking about a desire to masturbate. I'm not talking about desire. I'm not talking about nothing. There's a spectrum. I'm talking about like you just been desiring, like, man, like I don't even desire, like the enemy tried to bring masturbation back like through dreams. Like God was showing me something like pending to that, because a lot of times God will show you in dreams what the enemy is trying to attack you with. So immediately I had like 3 dreams about it. I was like, okay, yeah, the enemy is trying to set me up to fall into sexual immorality. So I started dealing with that spirit. But yeah, God began to deal with my heart again concerning marriage, concerning desire, intimacy. I'm like, man, like there's been this strong desire for this, and it's because that's God stirring that in your heart. Listen, marriage is a good thing. Intimacy with your husband is a good thing. With your wife is a good thing. A good, healthy marriage has a lot of healthy sex. Okay? A healthy marriage has healthy sex. And if your partner cannot have
Turn
sex,
right, then turn left.
There's other ways you can be intimate. There's other ways, you know. So with that being said, y'all,
take the next left toward Spring Hill Parkway Southeast, then turn right onto Spring Hill Parkway Southeast.
If you've been feeling what I've been feeling, just that stirring for relationships, intimacy, that's God. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, I am gone because I'm about to police work and I don't let people know my location. So, bye.